my beloved spiritual warriors. This is Spiritual Dr. Afi. There's a saying in Spanish that says, tarde pero seguro, which is literal translation in English doesn't make sense. It basically means late but safe. But anyway, it's just to allude to the fact that this message has been delivered late today. We've had a long day, but better late than never is basically what that saying goes, what the saying says. Tonight we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. And we have the Four of Cups. So let's see what Spirit is trying to tell you today. I've been doing readings all day long, and I'm still in this reading mode energy. So let's see what flows through. I picked these cards a little earlier when I was shuffling, and I knew this was where the cards that Spirit wanted me to share with you on Tarot Tuesday. But now is when I'm going to really sit and digest this energy that Spirit wants to share with you. So here we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups for me is the card of truth. Why is it the card of truth for me? Because as you see this knight charging forward, looking for answers, looking for truth, this feather here represents, according to teachings, this particular feather represents the feather of truth. For me, it represents the Egyptian goddess of justice, which is Ma'at. And that feather is the one that is in search of, or symbolic of, one that is in search of justice, search of truth. So you might be right now in a situation in your life, for whomever this message is for, where you are charging forward looking for truth. You are charging forward looking for answers. You are charging forward not willing to settle for anything less than you believe you deserve. This is the moment. This is the time. This is Spirit telling you, keep moving forward. Don't let anything or anyone deter you from what you know needs to be done now, at this moment. There will be excuses. There'll be people challenging you. There'll be significant other challenging you. There'll be family members challenging you. But you ultimately know what you are looking for. You ultimately know what you're trying to reach, what you're trying to discover, what you're trying to connect with, what you're trying to get to the bottom of. Okay? This is a Gemini. A little bit of a Gemini energy is in this particular card. So it might be talking to some of you Geminis, or you people. This particular card is telling many of you to take control and take charge of your life, because where it's been at right now, you're not satisfied. And you know that what you're looking for is not where you're at. What you're looking for is ahead. What you're looking for is where you're charging towards at right now. All knights predominantly represent fire, and all swords are representative of air. So your thoughts, your mind is running on fire. Your thoughts and your mind is running on fire. Defend what you believe in. It may not mean that you will have the support. It may not mean that you will have the support, but Spirit is telling you to defend what you believe to be true. You might have to fight to keep your relationship. That means that certain people's relationship right now is at risk. Some people's relationship doesn't have to be romantic, but my Spirit is pushing me to speak on the romantic aspect. Some relationship is at risk right now. It might be a risk of failing. It might be a risk of not surviving. If you are truly invested in this relationship, if you are truly emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically invested in this relationship, you're going to have to really wear the pants, tighten it up, and say, you know what? I'm going towards this. I'm going for this no matter what. Don't let someone that you truly love, that you're truly emotionally invested in, that you truly know that this person is good for you, don't let them escape because you have been laxed, because you are in fear of making a decision, because you don't want to commit, because you don't want to solidify the relationship, because you don't want to give this person the answers that he or she needs to feel that they are in this relationship. So if you don't take charge, if you don't say, I'm coming for this relationship, rain or shine, then you're gonna lose. You're gonna miss out on the relationship. This is a decision-making move. You are in a decision-making move at this moment in time in your life. If we speak about it from a negative standpoint, from a reverse standpoint, negative polarity aspect of this opposite polarity of this aspect of this particular card, this is the card of logic. So therefore, your logic might be true for you, but you may not have all the ammunition you need to defend your position. So sometimes it's better to retreat. Sometimes it's best to take a couple of steps back. Sometimes it's best to rethink what you're trying to defend in order to just, instead of just trying to prove a point that you are right and that therefore, it's your way or the highway, you might have to take a couple of steps back. You might have to reflect. You might have to gather all your information, get all your information together so that you don't end up hurting somebody with your logic. Your words can sometimes be it has the sensation of a cutting knife. Make sure that you know what you're speaking about. Make sure that you know what you are saying and defending, because if not, you might hurt someone's feelings, okay? This is also, when we speak about it in reverse, the Knight of Swords is talking about a fight, a nice and nasty fight. You might have had a blowout with a family member. You might have had a blowout with your significant other. You might have had a blowout with your coworker. You might have had a blowout with your boss. It might be wise. It might be wise to stand down. It might be wise to retreat. You might have to disengage. You might have to really take a couple steps back until you have all your information that you need to defend your position. Don't go in there into work tomorrow trying to prove your point and get your ass fired. That's what Spirit is telling you. So therefore, gather your information, be, someone that has backup for what you're trying to defend, and then, go in there, going to that meeting, going to that job, going to that place to defend your position when you have all your information. Logic alone will not work. This is for some of you. Logic alone will not work. I repeat, logic alone will not work. Okay, moving into the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Planet Venus, by the way. This is planet Venus, a planet of love, okay? Two of Cups. A lot of people a lot of tarot readers speak on this card exclusively on the romantic aspect. But for me, this not just represents the romantic, which it does speak about that. It speaks about love. It speaks about romance. It definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, speaks about love and romance. But the Two of Cups is being in synchronicity, is being in vibration, is being in alignment with yourself. In alignment with yourself. This is the sign of Cancer. The nurturer, the home, the home environment, the taking care of your place, the taking care of your family. But you cannot take care of your family. You cannot take care of your home environment if you are not taking care of yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself. That's why, more than just speaking on love and romance and boyfriend and girlfriend and wife and husband, I'd rather speak about the fact that you need to be in alignment with yourself. This is polarities here. This is the Carl Jung's idea of anima, okay, which means that Every man has an anima. Every man has an anima. Every man has that female part of the soul. And every female, every woman has the animus, which is the male part of the soul. So, we have to be in vibration, in synchronicity, balance with with those two parts within oneself, which means for us men, you need to be in touch with your feelings, with your emotions. You need to be able to speak on your feelings. You need to be able to speak on your emotions. You need to be able to express this and not hide it and not repress it and not, keep it in the dark, because it's not going to serve you. It's not going to serve you. Every person has the other side of their soul inside. Okay, so therefore you have to recognize that what you are sometimes unwilling to address within is exactly what your partner needs, but therefore, because you are not sensitive enough to understand their needs, you are not sensitive even with yourself either. You're not sensitive with yourself either. This is love. This is sharing. This is cooperation. This is marriage. You might need to make a decision about marriage. This is using, your inner spirit, your inner soul to speak its truth. To speak its truth. Okay? On the flip side, beloved spiritual warriors, if you are in a relationship, listen to me very carefully. If you are in a relationship because you don't know how to be alone, you don't know how to be alone. Some of you, I know you're listening to me, and you may not validate this message. I hope you do. You may not validate this message, but let me tell you, some of you don't know how to be alone. Some of you do not know how to be alone. So if you're using a relationship to avoid loneliness, then this is going to turn upside down in reverse. And this is speaking to you from a negative standpoint, and is asking you to set yourself free and set that person free, because you're just using them at the end of the day, beloved spiritual warriors. You are just using that person because you don't know how to be alone. You do not know how to be alone. You do not know how to be alone. And it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the other person who needs transparency, who needs commitment, who needs dedication, who needs consistency, who needs loyalty, who needs the continuation of a true relationship for the long run, not just for the moment, not just for the now, not just because it feels good. This goes along with the message that I posted earlier today about sex is not love. Get that shit straight, because sex is not love. You don't know how to be alone. If you don't know how to be alone, then state your position and state it clearly. Listen, I am not in this for the long run. I'm in this because this is the moment. It feels good for me. And if you and I are in the same page, then so be it. But don't expect long-term commitment from me, because I myself don't know what I want. That's what you should be saying if that is your situation. Don't, get into the Two of Cups. Get into a relationship with yourself. Two of Cups. Get into a relationship, develop a relationship, foster a relationship, nurture a relationship with yourself. Because if not, you ain't going to be good for nobody. Okay? This could end also from a non-romantic stand. This could end the end of, when we speak about it from a negative context in reverse, this could mean the end of a relationship, of a friendship. This could be the end. It has come to its end. That I feel in the core of my being it's up in the air still. That message is up in the air still from spirit for a lot of you. That is up in the air. There's certain relationships, there's certain friendships, there's certain romantic relationships that could be coming to its end. It has completed its cycle. Okay. Then we jump into the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, which is Cancer, moon in Cancer, the Four of Cups is you feeling just blah. You feeling, your emotions are very negative here. You're not feeling it. You're having your moment. You are in a funk. Literally, you're in a funk. You're feeling probably grumpy. You're feeling, in a bad mood. You are unwilling to embrace. You are unwilling to embrace what the universe is trying to show you because your focus is down here. Your focus is down here over things that has dissatisfied you, over things that have, not giving you what you expected out of it. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times in the Four of Cups, we are too into the earthly things. I don't look good. I don't like my body. I expected this. I expected expectations, false expectations. I expected this. I expected that. You're just not feeling it. Okay. And emotions are hard to deal with. Emotions are very, very hard to deal with. Okay. All earthly bound needs are not always going to satisfy you. All earthly bound needs are not always going to satisfy you. There's a blessing ahead of you, but you are unwilling to see this. There's a blessing ahead. Don't miss out on it. This could also mean regrets. A relationship that failed, that you feel regretful for not taking making the right decision, for not taking advantage of this person in the right time, for not taking advantage of the opportunity when it presented itself, a failed job, a failed business that you invested your energy, but you didn't invest enough, but you're feeling regretful about it, a home or a house that you lost. Okay, these are losses. These are losses. These are things that you regret not being better equipped, not being more available, not being more present, not making more time for your family. And now this wife or now this husband has said, I want a divorce after 5-10 years trying to tell you, hey, I need your attention. Hey, I am sexually dissatisfied. Okay, I'm going to start looking somewhere else. Okay, but now you feel regretful because had you given that wife or that husband the attention that he or she needed, you will still be together. But guess what, beloved? The universe, your guardian angel, Olofin, God, the creator, Mother Earth, Mother Nature is telling you, this is not your end. This is not your end. So stop focusing on what you lost. Stop focusing on what left you. Stop focusing on what didn't work. Stop focusing on what failed or seems to have failed when the universe is trying to show you that there's another way out, that there's another opportunity, that there's another new beginning, that there's a new door for you to walk through. Okay? Listen to me. Listen to what Spirit is saying. There's a blessing ahead. Don't miss out on it. I know you feel bored. This is a boredom card. I know you feel bored. I know you feel disappointed. Even numb. You just feel numb. You're just not feeling anything. You're not in the mood for anything. You're not in the mood for anyone. You're not in the mood to start anything new. You're just not in the mood. Well, if you're just not in the mood, if you're just feeling numb, the one thing I will tell you is go through those feels. Get it out of your body. Get it out of your mind. Get it out of your system. But once you get it out of your system, get on track. Get on track and get on board with what the universe is offering to you. It may not necessarily be what you want right now, but it will be the beginning that you need that will help you move forward. Don't be stuck in your ways. Don't be just stuck in what you want, how you want it, where you want it, who you want it with. Okay, give yourself the opportunity to start new, to start fresh, even if it's not exactly the cookie cutter perfect view of what you desired. But don't miss out on a new beginning because you're just stuck in your ways and you just, that's not what I wanted. Stop being so damn grumpy. Stop being so damn grumpy. Get it out of your system. Take time to reflect, okay? Get up. This is my message for the Four of Cups. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. This is not the time to just sit there for another year, for another 6 months, for another 2 years in this nonchalant, unmotivated, blah type of mode. You can't afford to do that, okay? Stop thinking about these missed opportunity. It was gone. It was there. You didn't take advantage of it. You weren't in the right state of mind. You weren't feeling it. You weren't appreciating it. That was the past. That was yesterday. Are you going to still stay there in that same position, missing out on new beginnings that the universe is trying to show you? Then that's on you, beloved. That is on you. Stop feeling so regretful. Stop focusing on the relationship that didn't work out. You feel blah and out of your body. Fine. Recognize it, accept it, and then step out of it so that you can take charge and conquer your new beginning. Sitting here in this position is not going to work. When we look at these three cards, in unity, this is what my inner spirit is telling me to tell you today on this particular card. It's never too late. It's never too late to start a new relationship with yourself. It's never late to start a new relationship, whether friendship or romantic. It's never late to take charge if you have all your information together, if you can defend your position, if you can defend your job, if you can defend your relationship. Make sure you have all your information together. Do not just go in there with logic alone. Logic alone is not going to work. And stop sitting on your damn ass. Stop sitting on your damn ass. You went through these fields. I'm not saying to ignore these feels. We feel what we feel. Don't ignore it. Feel it. Go through the process. But then, hey, I can't sit here for the rest of my life. I can't be on top of my bed just binging on Netflix and drinking coffee in the morning and going back to bed and feeling depressed and feeling sorry for myself. I cannot do that for the rest of my life. I have a duty. I have a calling. I have a responsibility, first and foremost, to myself, and many of you to people that depend on you. You are failing people that depend on you because you won't address your depression. You won't address the losses that you won't release out of your system. And I don't know why, but some of you want to tell you. Some of you is not the failed relationship. Some of you is not the lost job. Some of you is not the lost home, the lost house, the foreclosure, and what have you. For some of you is that husband that died. For some of you is that wife that became ill and left you. For some of you is that father that you lost. For some of you is that mother, that grandparent that you lost. And you know what, beloved spiritual warriors, they're not going to come back. We cannot resuscitate them. We can't bring them back to life. But they want you to come back to life. They want you to come back to your life. They want you to take control of your life. Not by suffering, sitting in a corner, drinking yourself to death, binging yourself to death, obesing yourself to death. You hear me? Honor them by honoring yourself. Honor them by honoring yourself. Some of you, I don't know who this message is for. And I hope you let me know it's for you so I know I'm not going crazy. But some of you have a spirit by your side, a spirit of a deceased loved member by your side, asking you, pleading for you to take charge, for you to just start your life over again, for you to be hopeful again, for you to be faithful again, for you to dream again, for you to set goals again, for you to know that there's a life ahead of you, even if it's not with them. They are with you spiritually. They're just not here with you physically. You hear me? Is anybody listening to me? Is this making sense to anybody? Because I'm getting goosebumps as I'm delivering this message. And obviously, I don't know who this message is for, but I know what Spirit is telling me to deliver to you on Tarot Tuesday, even though it's late at night. I hope this message resonated with you. I hope this made sense to you. Please share this message. If you really support my channel, if you really support my page, if you really support the work that I do, if you really support the spirituality that I bring to the table as humbly as possible, share this video, because this message might have not been entirely for you, but it's for somebody that you know. So you don't know who you could be helping by just hitting the share button and sharing this message. You can be changing somebody's life. You can be helping somebody in their most agonizing state right now. I can't reach everybody unless you help me reach them. May you be blessed. May you have a blessed rest of your week, and know that in Spiritual Doctor Afi's Corner, I am here for you. Spirit is here for you. I hope you find it time, if you feel you need to, if you feel that you are at that stage of your life. I am here for you. Book the reading. Visit my website, spiritualdoctorafi.com, and there you will find a description of my reading services and my rates and what have you. I am here for you. Let's go one-on-one, because my spirit says that you need it. And we cannot afford to continue ignoring your needs, especially under the clouds that we're living under right now, and at this moment and stage of our lives. May you be blessed, my beloved spiritual warriors. Spiritual Dr. Afi. I love you all. Be blessed.